Hello students, you are welcome in new chapter probability. This is part 1. This is chapter 16 of NCRT. You have studied in earlier classes the classical theory of probability. What is classical theory? In this theory, to find probability of an event, we find ratio of favorable outcomes of the event to the total number of equally likely outcomes. So this is classical theory, but now in this class we will study axiomatic approach. To understand this, you must know some basic terms. So the first one is random experiment. Now an experimental activity in which result may not be same when they are repeated under identical conditions. Just to understand this, you consider an experiment. If you toss a coin, this is an experiment. Now if you repeat that experiment, so the outcomes may not be the same under identical conditions. So this is the random experiment. Now the random experiment must satisfy two conditions. The first one, it must have more than one outcome. Second, it is not possible to predict the outcome in advance. So that is random experiments. Now second is outcomes. It is also called as sample space. Outcomes or sample space. Outcomes and sample space, you can say. So the possible results of a random experiment is called outcomes. So possible results, it means you can consider an experiment, random experiment, toss a coin. If you toss a coin, then the outcomes may be head or tail. So the possible outcomes, so that is the possible results. So the set of outcomes is called sample space. So sample space is the set of all possible outcomes. So that is called sample space. So outcomes and sample space. Now we have the questions based on these concepts only in the first exercise. Very simple questions. You have to write sample space or possible outcomes of experiments. Write, it is first question of exercise 16.1. Write sample space if a coin is tossed 3 times. Now there are two outcomes if a coin is tossed once. There will be outcomes 2 into 2 when a coin is tossed 2 times. Similarly, when a coin is tossed 2 times, then 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 3 times. So total 8 outcomes will be there. Now you have to write the sample space. Sample space we know is the set of all possible outcomes. Now write all possible outcomes. There may be head, head, head. Then second one is head, head, tail. Then head, tail, head. Then tail, head, head. Now you may have all 3 tails, tail, tail, tail. Then tail, tail, head. Tail, head, tail. Head, tail, tail. So total 8 outcomes. So to write all these outcomes, you can follow a procedure. There are many procedures. The one of them is you write all 3 tails, replace one head by tail, you change the positions. So then head, head, tail. Similarly, you write 3 tails, then replace one tail by head and change by changing the positions. So in this way total 8 outcomes will be there. So this is the sample space. Now move on to the next question, question number 4. Write sample space if a coin and a die is thrown. So there will be 2 possibilities if you toss a coin, 6 possibilities when you toss a dice. So total possibilities if you toss a coin and die together, so it will be 2 multiplied by 6, 12 outcomes. And the sample space, it is denoted by S. So write in the form of set using set brackets. So we may have head on the coin and any one number out of the 6 numbers present on the dice. So H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. Similarly, if you have a tail on the coin, then you may have any number out of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you may have T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, T6. So in this way, these are 12 possible outcomes. So I hope it is clear. Question number 10 now. So toss a coin, and if head occurs, toss coin again. If tail occurs, throw a dice. Now write sample space. So if you toss a coin, if head occurs, then toss a coin again. So you may have head, 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 tail. If tail in the first toss, then you have to throw a die, and on the dice there are 6 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 6. So T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, T6. So write in the form of a set. So this is the sample space of this experiment. Now on to the next question. It is 12. A coin is tossed. If head, die is rolled, and if die shows even number, the die thrown again. So you try to understand. If the experiment, a coin is tossed. If head, then die is rolled. If die shows even number, then throw dice again. It means if you toss a coin, if tail, then no further tossing will be there. If you head appears, then you have to roll a dice. On the dice, if odd number, then no further toss. If on the dice even number, so head and even number, then you have to die the rolls. You have to roll the die again. So S21, S22 up to S26. Similarly, you may have even number 4 on the dice. So H41 up to H46. Similarly, H61 to H66. So in this way, you can write the sample space. Now, question number 16. A die is thrown repeatedly until a 6 comes up. So you have to throw a dice until you get a 6. So there is a possibility when you throw a dice, you get 6 in the first throw. So 6, this is one case. Second case, we are not getting 6 in the first throw. It means we may have any one of the numbers 1 to 5 in the first throw, then we have to throw again. So there is 6 in the second throw. So 1 6, 2 6, 3 6, 4 6, 5 6 possibilities of getting 6 in the second throw. Then you may have 6 in the third throw. It means in the first throw you are getting any of the numbers from 1 to 5. In the second throw you are also getting a number from 1 to 5, but you are getting 6 in the third throw. So 116, 126 up to 156. Similarly 216 up to 256, and it goes on. So the process will be in continuation and so on. So you may get 6 in the fourth throw, you may get 6 in the fifth throw, and so on. So this is the sample space. So infinite number of sample points. The elements written inside the set, these are called sample points. So I hope it is clear. Now the next term, this is event. It is denoted by E. Event is a subset of a sample space set. Subset of a sample space set. Now what is occurrence of an event? Event is said to be occurred if outcomes of the experiment lies in set E. Occurrence of an event if outcomes of the experiment lies in set E. So the cases favorable to E will be written in the form of set. So set E. So that is occurrence of an event. Now what are types of events? The first one is impossible event. It means when there is no case favorable to the event, set E is empty. Sure event, when the sample space is equal to set E, E and S are equal. So it means that is sure event. So for example, if you toss a die and event is getting any number less than 7, So then the possible favorable cases for E will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 6. So it means that is equal to sample space, so that is sure event. Then simple event, if E has one sample point, that is simple event. Compound event, if E has more than one sample point, so that is compound event. Then algebra of events. Now if ABC are events with an experiment whose sample space is S, so the first one is complementary event. Complementary event to event A is event which is not A. Suppose you throw a dice, so getting an odd number is event A, then complement of A is getting an even number. So similarly, if event E is getting a number 3, 6, multiple of 3, then complement of E is not E. It means the elements we have to write down S minus E. If you understand in the form of set, so not E is S minus E. So A complement. So second, A or B, it is event A or event B. In it can be written as A or B, and in symbols we will replace or by union. So A union B. So if you are talking of A or B, it means A union B. So possible favorable outcomes of A and B, that will be combined. Then event A and B, in short A and B, and it is A intersection B. Similarly A but not B, so A intersection B complement. So you try to revise all this, and homework for today, you solve the questions of exercise 16.1. So that's all for today. Thank you.